Hi everyone, welcome back in this video. Today we will talk about stakeholders in project management, who they are, their roles, how project manager manage them, and why they matters. I will also share some real world examples. So, who are the stakeholders? Stakeholders are individual or group or organization that are affected or perceives themselves to be affected by the project. They can also be who can influence the project's success or failure. Stakeholders can be internal, such as project team, managers, and executives. External, as a customer, suppliers, and regulators. So, let's go in detail about the key stakeholders. Key stakeholder in most project, the key stakeholder includes project sponsor. So who is the sponsor? Sponsor who provides funding and executive support for a project. Let's say about building a bridge. For that one, a government body or a private body who is funding for making a bridge is a project sponsor. Customer or client who defines the requirements and accept the deliverables. Let's say a bridge which is helping us to go from one end of river to other end, and who will use the bridge. So it's a customer, end user. Project manager who is responsible for delivering the project outcomes. Project team, executives in a project task. So project team is who execute the project task. Regulatory bodies who ensure that bridge made to some certain compliances with the laws and standards required. End user who will have a final product or services. It's called as end users. As we also described about individual who prescribe to be affected by the project. So let's say if we are shipping a part from one end of river to other end, however a person is not crossing the river but he is getting the product early because of the truck driver using the bridge which was made, so they also tend to be a stakeholder for that project. So roles of a stakeholder: stakeholder provides requirements and expectation. They also influence decision, offer resources and approval, and assess and accept the deliverables. In simple terms, they set the direction of project and validates whether it has been successful. So let's talk about end user. If end user will not accept a deliverable, then the project will not set as a completed. A project manager: if project manager will not put efforts to finish this project, then project will take longer time. A project sponsor who offer us a resource, approval and support. If they will not provide us an approval, then there is a lesser chances that project will start. Stakeholder management by project management by project manager. So how a project manager manage the project? So mainly there are certain type of management style by project manager with whom they use. As a project manager, we must manage a stakeholder effectively by identifying the stakeholders. So who is our stakeholders? Who is going to affected by? Carefully identifying the stakeholder help us to ensure that what they need we can meet. However, let's say about the project sponsor. Who is our project sponsor? How they want us to, how they want our product. So by identifying stakeholders on an early stage help us to successfully finish the project on timely manner. Analyzing their influence and interest. So let's say a project sponsor, they have a high influence and high interest. On other side, let's say a pro- project customer end user, they have a high interest. However, the influence may be a less. Uh, Project manager required to make a clear communication plan in which they can discuss further with the stakeholders on the progress of the project, engaging them throughout the project. It is must that project manager engage stakeholder throughout the project. Let's say at any point customer wants to make any changes, they can be they can be aware on meantime. Managing conflict and expectations. So project manager also play a vital role to manage conflicts and expectation. Why it matters to have a stakeholder management? If we have a good stakeholder management and we have a strong engagement in the project from the stakeholder, it will reduce risk and misunderstanding between the stakeholders and the manager, and it will create a greater trust. Plus it will ensure alignments of organizational goals. So let's take an example. Government of city council is a sponsor providing the funding. However, construction company and engineer, they are project team. Regulatory body that ensures safety and environment compliances, that are regulatory compliances. Local community and drivers are end user. If project manager fails to manage this stakeholders by not engaging the community or ignoring the safety regulation, the project could face delays, protest, even cancellation. But with strong stakeholders engagement, the bridge is built on a time within the budget and serve community effectively. So remember, stakeholders are at the heart of every project. The better we manage them, the greater the chance of project success. So if you found this helpful, please feel free to share and subscribe. Thank you.